If you're anything like me, you got into this manifestation space with a whole bunch of, you know, basic things, law of attraction. Um, think this to say good things, just think good things, and good things will be added on to you. And sure, it's not completely false, but it's not even close to the whole story. And that's the same exact reason why people are stuck in loops for as long as they are, especially when they first find this information. Because it's not about just the thoughts that create. No, no, no. That's just a small piece to the puzzle. And if you don't understand that, and you just think it's just words spitting out of your mouth, and then something's going to come about from that, it's not. Because it's not a magic trick or a magic spell or a wee ha, and then all of a sudden all the things get added onto you. You've been doing this your whole entire life. You've been doing the actual playbook your whole entire life. And when that bad thing happened to you, when your girl left you or money went down, you weren't in your head thinking, oh, I'm going to lose money. 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 So what makes you think just doing the opposite, say, I'm going to get money, 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 I'm going to have my SP, da-da-da-da-da, is going to do it in the reverse when that's not how you got in the situation you are in the first place? What I found when I went back and I looked at all my thoughts and all the implications of those thoughts, it was an exact reflection of what my reality was. And it wasn't these exact thoughts themselves, it was the implications of the thoughts. Alright? So when we find something with this law of attraction and we think, oh, I have a lot of money, I have a lot of money, I have a lot of money. You might be saying that, but the implication of the thought behind it is you're trying to say this in order to get something. You're not being the identity that already has it. You're not being the being that already is there. You're being the person trying to get there. You're being the person saying the affirmations. But in reality, you're not being the person that's already in their desired reality, because the person in their desired reality wouldn't be in their head all day or looking in front of the mirror in the mornings for 5 minutes a day and being like, oh, I'm good, I'm loving, I'm handsome. No, they're not doing that. They're just being and going throughout their days. Now, why is it that thoughts just don't work? Because thought is a byproduct, just like your emotions. It's not the source. Your thoughts aren't the source. Thoughts come from the source. And what is the source? The I amness, the identity, the Christ within you. Take a look at this, right? You become this identity. For example, I'm the identity that nothing ever works out for. Right? You have that I amness within you. And because you're emitting that to the universe, that identity, that thought that correlates with that gets added onto it. So then you'll think something like, oh, of course it didn't work out this way. It never does. It never does. And then you'll also take an action because that thought gave you an emotion that then led you to that action that you then took. And then it then manifested the same thing of you not ever having enough. Right? So it's not about the thoughts. It's just a part of it. And don't get so caught up. Especially when I was first doing this, I would get those intrusive thoughts. I'm like, no, that's not really how it is, bro. Look at this. Look at what's going on right here. Da-da-da-da. And since I think it's the thoughts that create something, I start being like, oh, I either spiral down into like, oh, I messed up. Like, oh, it's done. This is never going to work. Da-da-da-da. Or I try to force it with a whole bunch of fake positive thoughts. And that's what's kept me in the same place of doing all this knowledge and learning all these things and still being in the same reality, because I was never changing the source. I was just trying to I was just trying to change the cause I was trying to change the effect instead of changing the cause. And that's what people do whenever you're trying to change or alter a thought. Whenever you try to change or alter an emotion, whenever you're trying to push down emotion or distract yourself from the emotion, whenever you try to force yourself to do something with an action, you're not going to the source, you're directly changing the effect, which has already been produced by the cause, by being the identity that doesn't think they know enough, by being the identity that thinks they have to do something to get, when in reality you just have to be the identity already. Just give it to yourself already. As within, so without. You give yourself that I am identity, that greatness, that fulfillment, that embodiment of that. And the natural thoughts of that will just be added onto you. The great thoughts of that will be added on. The great emotions and all that will come afterwards. But that's not something you decide. So it's kind of like, here's the whole playbook. You decide something within. I am this. I am great. I'm amazing. I spit on this camera with fire, with knowledge, with gems. Everyone enjoys it. Everyone loves it. Okay, you sit in that identity. And you don't need to do anything. You don't need to look for anything. You don't need to wait for anything. You sit patiently. Then you let your old self come in and say, no, that's not how it is. Or wait, but we know that's just an effect of the cause that we had before. So instead of trying to change it, instead of trying to spiral down from it, instead of reacting to it, we look at it for what it is. You're just an old byproduct of what I used to be. And you let it flow through you. It starts with the thoughts. Then emotions, same thing. You don't try to suppress your emotions. You don't try to fight them. You don't try to smoke. You don't try to distract yourself from them. You realize what it is. You're a byproduct from your old self. Now I sit, feel it. I'm not scared of it. Why would I be scared of something lower than me? I don't have to run away from this. I can look at the lion dead in its face and not move. Don't react. And what do you know? Slowly dissipates. Now it's no longer a part of me because I didn't give another reaction to it. So boom. Thoughts, we know how to deal with those. Emotions, we know how to deal with those. Actions. You're not going to force yourself. You're not going to act. You're not going to work yourself into a new reality. You're not. So when people, for example, when someone tries to say they're going to get fit, right? They want to be someone who's healthy, gym-wise, right? And they start forcing themselves and changing the effect, changing the action by forcing themselves to go to the gym. Sure, it might work for a week, 2 weeks. Go in January 1st, then out before February 2nd. And why is that? Because you try to change the action without first changing the identity. So not only actions, so that eliminates procrastination, because if your identity is someone who already loves the gym, who already sees the value and already sees the growth and already sees how it can help you, you don't have any problem with going there consistently for 3 fucking years because you love to do it. Procrastination no longer is in the question. You no longer have to force yourself to get up every morning because you changed your identity first. Boom. So we have thoughts, emotions, actions, and now the part everyone's even doing this for. The reality. Now the reality you're in right now has been the byproducts of what you've been before. Because your thoughts created your emotions, that created the actions, which then created your reality because you went in through the actions, right? So now your reality is the end of it. It's the end of the tunnel and that you're experiencing. So when you decide a new identity, your reality is going to be the last thing where it's going to show you bills coming in. Where it's going to start showing you worst case scenarios. Where it's going to start showing you exactly the opposites of what you're trying to chase. And that's not a coincidence. That's not God punishing you. That's your old self still playing out. And just the same thing we did with the thoughts, same thing we did with the emotions, same thing we did with the actions. Now we do the same thing with the outside world. We see it as something separate from us because that is the old version of ourselves, and we do not react to it. We don't try to change it. We don't try to push it away. We don't try to force something else. We flow in the knowing that we're good because we have faith in the higher power, in a Christ within us. So yeah, that bill could come and I'm still not moved. I'm still not changed because I know what it is. And I decide new for myself. I decided a new identity. And then what you're going to find, now that we have thoughts, emotions, actions, and reality, We know how to figure those all out. The more you'll do this, the more it'll dissipate and then dissipate and then dissipate and then dissipate. And then instead of a bill coming in that's going to cost you another $2,000 or something, now you're getting random money sent to you. You're getting random money come from nowhere. And you're getting random attention, and random people start just wanting to talk to you and giving you opportunities. You start having ideas that match the identity that then you're like, you know what, let me buy this stock. Jumps up 100x. So it's not the thoughts that create your reality. It's not the emotions that create your reality. It's not the actions you do that change your reality. It's not the circumstance you were given that determines your reality for the rest of your life. It's the I amness, the Christ within you. And then everything unfolds after that. So don't get so caught up in your thoughts and emotions. Don't get mad at yourself when you think something that's not in alignment to who you want to be. See it for what it is. The old you that doesn't have any control over you anymore. You let it go, you let it dissipate, and then there's no room. I mean, there's only room for what you decided you wanted to be. And that's the whole formula. That's it. That's it. It's not complicated. It's less about learning. It's less learning about things and more unlearning what you've been told. So decide what identity you're going to be. Decide who you are. The highest version of you. Stick with that as if the world changed right now, everything matched it perfectly. Be the identity that is there right now, like as if you're in a whole different dimension of what is going on here. And then watch your old thoughts dissipate. Watch your old emotions dissipate. You start doing things you never thought you wanted to do or never were called to do before. Let go of the old habits. Because you see them for what they are and where they kept you at. See, and that's the crazy thing too. It's no longer even about like forcing yourself to stop bad habits. It just comes naturally. You start being the I am identity, then your thoughts just automatically start matching it, and then all of a sudden you don't really feel like smoking anymore. You just don't really feel like it. You don't have to force yourself to stop. It just happened naturally. So boom, we know how to deal with the actions, we know how to deal with the thoughts, we know how to deal with the emotions, we know what the outside world is telling us is just a reflection of who we used to be, and it's no longer calls to us anymore. We don't give any reaction to it. We don't give it any power, we don't give it any of our energy, we don't give it any of our gaze. That will all be cleared out, and the new world will come. Revelation. It's that simple, man. Y'all stay up, stay blessed.